This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of MSPN Digital Television and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of MSPN Digital Television.
To the broadcast booth for the pregame show on MSPN Digital Television.
All right, welcome. We are live here at Starry & Bank Field for the semifinal game between the Fargo Post 400 Stars and the West Fargo Patriots. And the winner of this game will move on to the title game to play Tri-City Red. And we are getting ready now here for the starting lineups. It was scheduled for a 12 noon start. We're going to be just a little bit delayed on that 12 noon start. But we'll take a break and go through the starting lineups here in about 30 seconds.
Home your retreat. Fill your favorite spaces with fresh air, warm sunlight, and calming connections with the outdoors. Marvin Windows and Doors are designed to promote happier, healthier spaces in your home. At D&M Industries, we will walk you through how the beauty, thoughtful design features, and unparalleled performance of Marvin products can help you feel better in your home. Visit our D&M Industries showroom in Moorhead today.
All right, welcome back. Fargo Post 400 will be the home team, West Fargo the visiting team, and then if West Fargo wins this game, we'll have a coin flip for who's home and away. If Fargo Post 400 wins this game, I presume they'll be the home team. As I talked to head coach Donnie Bryant, and he kind of said in a very polite way that we're the home team. So I'll leave it at that. Because we were nobody here was sure, so I walked up to the head coach, and he was adamantly confident, and so far he's 1 for 1. Let's go ahead and look at the starting lineups here. Your West Fargo batting lineup, who have the third alternate black jerseys trimmed in orange and green with the WF logo on the left upper side of the jersey. Batting first, second, and third, second baseman Brody Medina, center fielder Trey Huzar, shortstop Jet Collins. In the middle of the order, 4, 5, and 6 is first baseman Austin O'Lean, designated hitter Hudson Dinger, right fielder Tate Herman. The bottom of the order, 7, 8, and 9 is Jackson Zavadil, the third baseman Charlie Lashowski, and the starting pitcher will be Espen Westby. On the mound here for the Fargo Post 400 Stars, it is Joe Gould who will get the start here against West Fargo, tossing him into the glove of Malachi Wiermeyer, Gus Wiermeyer at first, Matt Bryant at second, Caleb Christensen, the shortstop, Ashton Renus at third, Gus Pankratz in right, Alex Christopherson in left, Kane Mathiasen in center field is how the Stars will start defensively. So we're ready to go here in the top of the first inning of play. And it will be Brody Medina starting things off here for West Fargo. And the first pitch comes across for a strike, and it's 0-1. Mike alongside BJ. BJ, how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good today, Mike. How about you?
That's good to hear. I woke up a little bit late this morning than I normally do, but otherwise I'm alive and kicking after a bowl of cereal, so... Outside ball 1 is the count here.
First time this season these two teams are playing each other, crosstown rivals. It doesn't count for the standings, but they're meeting here in the Pete tournament.
And the pitch. And that will miss for ball 2. So these teams played one other time outside of regular season play, and that was in the first preseason game. West Fargo did take that one 6-5. I'm not sure if you were at that game or not, but there's a base hit out into left field, and that will be like I said, a base hit and runner on.
And I stand corrected. I was not at that game.
Oh, okay. So fair enough.
So,
You know, I've been known to be wrong on occasion too. So all is good.
Seems like 50 games ago, I guess.
It does actually. Yeah, 50 and yeah. Well, I mean, we're almost halfway to 50 at 21. So, but yeah, it certainly does feel like a long, long time ago. This is Trey Huzar. He takes the first pitch for a ball. It's 1-0. Once again, the Patriots took that game and the preseason opener 6-5. That was a game where the Stars committed, I think it was 3 errors, if memory serves me correctly. High fly ball to left field. Alex Christopherson is there. He makes the catch, and firing back to first is Brody Medina. So that is out number 1. As you can probably hear on the broadcast there, we have a pretty gusty wind out there. Brad Anderson is our PA announcer. Jesse Radcliffe running the balls and strikes on the outfield scoreboard, and Jet Collins stepping up to the plate.
I went back and looked at the first game. 1 error by post 400 in that game.
1 error, okay. 1 ball, no strike to Jet Collins. Jet Collins in that preseason game against the Stars had 2 hits to shallow center field and a pop out to the shortstop. That was in the 6-5 game that we've mentioned on a couple of occasions here. There's a strike, 1 ball, 1 strike to count now here to Jet Collins. Austin O'Lean is the batter on deck. Joe Gould, the starting pitcher.
Another warm one out today, Mike.
Definitely, and we got the advantage of a cool press box. Ground ball into left field for another base hit and 2 runners on. Jet Collins will now be batting .750 on his appearances on MSPN this season, and that's not his entire season stat. It's just his MSPN stat, and that'll bring up Austin O'Lean.
Stars in a little bit of trouble here right now. First and second, only 1 out. Hopefully, he can get a ground ball out here and maybe get out of the inning.
A little bit high for a ball. 1-0 here to O'Lean. Hudson Dinger is the batter on deck. If no double plays happen, we'll see him next. The Patriots, going back to second, back in time. That's Brody Medina, the runner on second. The Patriots walked it off yesterday against Shakopee, 9-8. They got a 2-run, I believe it was a 2-run single or 2-run double. I couldn't recall from memory. It's one of those two, but a 2 runs scored on a walk-off hit. That much is 100% accurate. And they won 9-8 over Shakopee to get into the semifinal today, and the winner of this game will take on Tri-City.
Yeah, the weather kind of played havoc last night with some of the games in the schedule today. So we were destined to play or we were supposed to play at 9:30, I think, and then got moved up to noon as we completed some of the games from last night early this morning.
Yeah, right before this one, it was Bloomington and St. Mike's. Bloomington won, but I didn't catch the final score of that one. And that'll miss for a ball. We're at 2 balls and 1 strike now here to Austin O'Lean. And Gould will drop a strike in there, a high-hanging curveball. Makes it 2-2. Go ahead.
Just looked up that Bloomington score. They ended up losing 7-2 to St. Michael.
Oh, I thought St. Michael won or lost. Okay, my apologies on that.
And then in the earlier game over at Young, Bismarck beat Thief River Falls 14-4. At Jack, Post 2 beat Dassel Cokato 2-1. And the Matson site, which was played at Concordia, Moorhead Blues beat Hamel 9-2.
And Fargo Post 2 would be here, but due to the rain out last night, high fly ball to left field. Alex Christofferson will fly that one. Grab that one for out number 2. So due to the rain out last night and due to the fact that they had to play a game today, Legion Rural State, you can't play three games in the same day. So there was no way that even if Fargo Post 2 would have won both games, that they would be able to play in the championship game here. So they kind of got the bad end of the stick there. But so Tri-City Red advances by default to the championship game, and they'll take on the winner of this one. And a pickoff attempt at first, and runners on the corners once again.
Yeah, going through everything, the Jack site pool couldn't be decided without that last game being played, so they had to play this morning.
Yeah, an unfortunate circumstance there if you're Fargo Post 2. I was certainly looking forward to seeing that team here in this tournament at some point, but I kind of had a suspicion that rain and thunderstorms would move games to either here or West Fargo, and, well, it turns out I was right. So, no balls and a strike here to Hudson Dinger. And 1 ball, 1 strike now here. West Fargo fans, if you do end up winning this game, we'll have it live for you here on MSPN against Tri-City. And then if the Stars win this game, it's an automatic. I didn't have to make a decision on that. It would have just been an automatic. Both watch links are on our YouTube channel. And once the winner of this game is determined, we'll delete one of the 2 watch links. So just a heads up on that.
And if the schedule online is accurate, I think Tri-City's playing right now over at Matson, and they'll have to travel over here when they're done. Oh, no. Yep.
Who are they playing right now?
Could be wrong. I looked at a lot of data this morning. Oh, they're actually playing Post 2 up at Jack right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so win Tri-City win or lose, they will advance the championship game because it would be the championship game would be the 3rd game that Fargo Post 2 played today, and that's not allowed. Run will score. That's Brody Medina from 3rd on a pass ball. And it's 1-0 West Fargo. Still 2-2 here to Hudson Dinger. Ground ball to second. Matt Bryant will have it. He'll fire it over there to Gus Wiermeyer, and that is out number 3. So they leave 1 stranded on base, and Dinger will ground out to second on the 4-3, and that will bring us to Bryant, Mathiasen, and Christensen, your first 3 batters for the Fargo Post 400 Stars. And we'll talk to you in a moment here on MSPN Digital Television. Stay tuned. Sweet Shots is Fargo's premier golf entertainment destination. Sweet Shots will host your birthday, bachelorette party, corporate events, date nights, or a night out with friends and family. Need help with your golf game? Visit with one of Sweet Shots' PGA teaching pros. Hungry? They have a full food and beverage menu too. Try your shot in one of 60 climate control hitting suites or one of 5 indoor full swing simulators that include golf, hockey, hunting, football, soccer, and zombie dodgeball. Make the trip to 3400 James Way South in Fargo or visit sweetshots.com for much more. All right, welcome back. 1-0 West Fargo here in the semifinal of the 2025 Pete FM Invite Tournament. Endgame, asking why did the Stars only play 1 game yesterday. So they were scheduled to play Bayport in that 7:30 p.m. game last night, which was delayed by weather, but that was not the reason for the cancellation. So Bayport came to this tournament with only 9 players. And one of those players got injured in the game that they played earlier in the day. We didn't find out about it until late which makes me speculate the real reasoning behind the injury, but I won't speculate beyond that. If you want to know, you can ask me in person my thoughts on that. But Legion rules state that you cannot start a game with 8 players, and that's all that Bayport had, so it was a no-contest win for the Stars against Bayport. Matt Bryant will lead things off with a hit to right field, and he's going to go to second, and he'll dive in safely on a leadoff double.
Yeah, what could have been just a single there, Matt was able to, with his speed, was able to leg that one into a double on a nice hit to right field.
So I'll bring up Kane Mathiasen now. We just have the wide camera today due to the heat. We had to take our regular cameras down here because it's probably okay now, but for the second game today, it definitely would not be okay. So things got a little bit heated yesterday, so we're just going to stay in the coolness of the air-conditioned broadcast booth. And so that's, if you're wondering why that is, that now you know. Pop fly here, Charlie Lashowski at third will make the catch for out number 1. So Kane Mathiasen will pop out after the leadoff double there by Matt Bryant. And that'll bring us to the next batter here, Caleb Christensen. Steve's asked if Ashton Arenas is playing. I think he is. Let me look at the lineup here really quick.
Yes, he's at third today.
Yes. Yep. You got it before I did, so... And a ball's called, 1-0. Williston has moved on to the championship game in their tournament that's being taken place in Helena, Montana. They're playing a team from California. So we'll I'm assuming that game will be scored on Game Changer. We'll keep our eyes on it. Or, Greg, if you want to give us updates, go for it. Thank you for that update as well, Greg. Appreciate it. Of course, Williston hosting the state tournament this year. 2 balls and no strikes, and now 2 balls and 1 strike here to Caleb Christensen. We'll be in Williston on July 1st. The Stars have a doubleheader on the road up there. It's a conference DH. Williston, at last check, was 5-1 in conference play. There's a hit up the middle and a base hit in center field, and they'll put runners on the corners as Matt Bryant will pump on the brakes at third. And another base hit, and the Stars are moving here early in this one.
Number 19, first baseman Gus Wermeyer.
Gus Wermeyer likes right field and occasionally center. Sometimes he'll give us a treat and pop one over the shortstop's head into left center, but very unlikely. He'll go to right field most of the time. One out, runners on the corners here. Espen Westby is the starting pitcher for West Fargo. I forgot to mention that. We'll go around the bases here for the Patriots in just a moment. And that'll be outside for ball 1. It's Jackson Zavadil behind the plate catching. Austin O'Lean at first, Brody Medina at second, Jet Collins at shortstop, Charlie Lashowski at third, Luke Finn in left field, Tate Herman in right field, Trey Huzar in center field for the Patriots. This one's fouled back to the left side of our press box for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. 14 minutes into the ball game now. According to my numbers, this will be Espen Westby's 10th pitch as he takes a peek at Christensen on first. And that one is fouled away on the third base side. We'll sit it at 1-2.
Yeah, a lot of familiarity with a lot of these West Fargo kids. Is all the Stars players played them in the spring season and high school season. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, this is one of my favorite matchups of the year to call, just because I know the 2 teams, probably the best of the 10 teams in North Dakota. So. That one's fouled back as well, so we'll stay tight at 1-2. So on 10 pitches, Westby unofficially has 7 strikes. Westby will glance over his left shoulder at first, take a quick peek at Bryant on third, and this one backpedaling. He was going one direction, had to backpedal the opposite direction, and making the catch is Jack Collins.
Yeah, Collins there was heading to second base to cover the breaking runner on the steal, and then the pop-up went right over shortstop, so what would have been a routine play was made a little more difficult because he was trying to cover second.
Still a good play nonetheless from Collins for being alert and making that decision to switch directions there. Gus Pankratz is the batter now. And that one will be in for strike one.
And we're going to need a little bit of two-out magic again.
Ryan Ingeman is the home plate umpire. Justin Farkas is out in the field on the base pass, and if you didn't know already, Justin Farkas had his birthday yesterday. Justin and I are the same age, but I won't say how old we are. So I got him beat by a little bit because I turned the same age sooner than he did, but that'll be out number 3. So we go now to the second inning of play. It's apparently we forgot to reset the scoreboard. It's 1-0 Stars, and I'm going to do that right now before we go to the break. So we'll mute our microphones to prevent any music. We'll get our scoreboard fixed and be right back. All right, welcome back. We go to the second inning of play, and right before we started that, the numbers on the scoreboard were correct and everything else was reset. So what you saw on the scoreboard was the final numbers from the Stars versus Bloomington game last night here at Star Bank Field.
The Stars threatened there in the bottom of the first, but due to a couple pop-ups, could not get the runner across the plate to tie up the game.
Tate Herman is the leadoff batter here in the top of the second. He's already up to an 0-2 count. Herman, again, in that preseason game against the Stars, had a ground out to the shortstop and a fly out to right field. And I believe that was strike 2. Either that or... yeah, we'll go with 0-2 until we are told differently. This one's going to be popped up and fouled away. If it wasn't 0-2, it's 0-2 now for sure. A little bit of a gusty wind out there. We got cloudy skies, 79 degrees, and currently under a flood warning as well. And a high fly ball to center field. Kane Mathiasen has that, no problem, and that's out number 1, and that will bring us to Luke Finn.
Number 4, left fielder Luke Finn.
And strike 1 the call. Question on the chat for you, BJ. Which of the 10 North Dakota AA teams are you most surprised by with their start to the season?
Boy, Dickinson and Williston have continued to put out good teams, and I haven't seen them play. I actually watched a couple Dickinson games that you did down in Omaha, and I think that it would be Dickinson right now, followed by Williston.
Yeah, and I think most people would agree with you on
Number
that.
7, catcher Jackson Zabadil.
I think on the flip side to that, I'm a little bit surprised by the start of the Bismarck Governors. A lot of people thought that they might be in the top 4, top 5, but right now they are struggling to get some conference wins. So, but I don't expect that to stay that way. But I'm just surprised by the start. Mandan also is another surprise with how they've started out the season. Hopefully they can pick up a few wins and move up the ranks there. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count.
Yeah, we got a whole another month of baseball to play, so anything can happen.
I think last time I answered that question, I gave the surprise higher ranking team starts, and then this time I gave the surprise lower ranking team starts. Nice running catch there by Kane Mathiasen. And that's out number 3. So it's a 1-2-3 inning here
Patriots to go down in order.
as Zavadil will fly out to left center. And it'll be Newarth, Renus, and Wurmeyer. Steve, your players coming up. We'll be back in a moment. Stay tuned.
Mandy's of Fargo ND is your local online store where you can find something for everyone. Check out multiple items from the carry-all collection. You can also pick out that perfect sign to add to the decor of your family room, kitchen, bedroom, or even your cubicle at work. Be sure to take a peek at the odds and ends, where you will find all the little treasures that are simply too good to miss. Mandy's of Fargo ND accepts multiple forms of safe and secure payment options. Still not sure what to get? How about a gift card? Visit online at mandysoffargond.com today, where you can find something for everyone.
When one of us comes up short,
We all come up short.
there's no vape in team.
Think there are only school supplies in your child's backpack? Think again. 5 e-cigarettes were hiding in plain sight. Parents, do your homework.
Learn more about vaping at health.mn.gov/e-cigarettes.
Welcome back to Starry Bank Field. It is 1-0. Did I accidentally erase the run when I reset the stats? I might have. Let's fix that.
Stars, batting 6th. Number 14, designated
That should fix it.
Newhart.
Yep, it does. And just double check the line score here. All right, we should be on track now. Awesome. Caden Newarth, the batter. And that one is over everybody's shoulder and into the backstop for ball 1. Caden Newarth likes to drill the ball into left field. He has about 90% of his hits to left field this season. He does have 1 hit to right field. Every time he's gone to center, it's been a fly out. High for ball 2 here to Caden Newarth. Ashton Renus, Malachi Wurmeyer are the next 2 batters we'll see in this inning for sure here for Fargo Post 400. They find themselves down 1-0. That one's popped up and out of play, and Zavadil will forget about that opportunity to go after it, and it's 2-1.
And we seem to be just missing the ball today. A lot of foul balls, pop-ups. Hopefully we start squaring it up here soon.
Usually it's the first couple innings that if they're not on right away, they start getting it together in the 3rd or 4th inning. And that seemed to be the same story in that preseason game against West Fargo as well. They struggled in the first 2 innings for sure in that particular game. But it was still a fun game. Well, like I said, it came down to 1 run, and West Fargo got that extra run, 6-5. Nice hit into center field there for Ashton Renus, excuse me. And that will put a runner on, and that'll bring up Malachi Wermeyer.
Nope, Caleb Blanchette's catching today.
I wonder how I mixed that one up. Okay, my apologies on that.
Catcher Caleb Blanchette.
Yes, he is. I looked at the lineup wrong that was sent to me in the text message via photo. That was my error. So it is Caleb Blanchette.
And who knows, maybe it changed.
No, it didn't change because I just looked at the handwritten one that was sent to me, and it was not changed. He had it all the way. So you were right, and I was mistaken. High fly ball into shallow right, and it will drop for a hit. Second baseman, first baseman, right field, they're all converging in on it, and it drops in between all of them.
Perfectly placed.
Runners on first and second.
Number 12, left fielder Alex Christopherson.
So Renus with a shot to center field, and then that one there from Blanchette to right field. Puts 2 runners on for Alex Christopherson. And Christopherson takes one high to center. Huzar's backpedaling and moving to his right, and he makes the catch. So that's 2 away.
Brings back the top of the lineup, and Matt Bryant see if he can get another double into right field again.
Yeah, that was a nice hit, and man, he showed his speed on that double too. That's another thing that I noticed. A lot of these Stars base runners have a lot of speed, but sometimes you just don't see it until when there's multiple people on base, you don't see it, and then when there's nobody on base, that's when you see it more. That's when you're more keen to see it. Here's a ground ball to second. Medina will pick it up, fire it over to Oline, and that's a 4-3 ground out. That will strand 2 on base and take us to the 3rd inning of play.
No runs, 2 hits. No errors, 2 left on.
So 4 hits, but no runs yet for the Stars, and we'll take a break and be back after this. Stay tuned.
TCI Insurance was founded in 1985 with a simple mission in mind: to protect your assets. TCI Insurance has a long history of providing insurance coverage and loss prevention solutions to the region and strives to exceed your expectations. From agriculture, business, and personal insurance, our advisors are here to help walk you through the options and equip you with the knowledge you need to choose the coverage that will best suit your current stage of life. TCI Insurance. Call 701-277-1710 or visit them at the offices in West Fargo and Wimbledon. Learn more today at tciteam.com.
Doolittle's Wood-Fired Grill is an experience that ignites your senses, featuring wood-fired rotisserie cooking. Grilling meat over an open flame creates that savory wood-roasted flavor, while the rotisserie rotation results in juicy and succulent meats. Doolittle's even has an outdoor fire pit that creates a relaxing setting to wine and dine for any occasion. Visit DoolittlesRestaurants.com for a full menu or to make a reservation. Doolittle's Wood-Fired Grill, 2112 25th Street South in Fargo, or call ahead at 701-478-2200.
All right, our DJ playing Thunder by Imagine Dragons, about 12 hours too late, but Charlie Laszowski, Brody Medina, Trey Huzar, batters 9-1-2 for West Fargo here in the top of the 3rd. I want to say hi to Jim watching from Denver, North Carolina. His Legion team lost the other night, so they are 8-9 on the season, and they're going to start the playoffs here on Thursday, July 3rd, if I remember what he said in his text message correctly. One of our more faithful viewers. Laszowski, 0-0, no balls and a strike. In the preseason game against the Stars back in the start of the season, he had a hit just past the second baseman into shallow right. He'll foul this one off. He's down in the count 0-2 now. We've hit the 30-minute mark of this ball game here in the top of the 3rd. Not quite the speedy pace that you're used to, BJ, but we'll see if this one picks up or not.
We've had some quick ones.
And this one fouled out, so he's seen 3 pitches, and he's fouled all 3 of them away. Once again, West Fargo got here on a walk-off win against Shakopee yesterday at their home field in West Fargo. And well, I'll wait to share that after this pitch here. Ball 1. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. They posted on X that the storm the other night caused a tree to fall on their center field fence, and they gave thanks to the West Fargo Park District for coming to take care of that, and I saw a photo of it. So if you follow West Fargo Patriots on X, they might still have it on their X if you haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, we've had some crazy weather here the last 8-9 days.
Yeah. And a high fly ball to center field. Looks like Kane Mathiasen will have it, and he does. And that is out number 1. Out number 1. Brody Medina is the next batter. As we move back to the top of the order, he's 1 for 1. He singled to left field earlier in the game. So through the first 9 batters, I have Joe Gould at 35 pitches, 32 minutes into the game.
I did find that picture on West Fargo's X account, and the tree fell right next to their big fence in the outfield there.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like just an extension of it.
Nice play by Ashton Renas. He dived, lost his sunglasses, and threw it over to Gus Wermeyer to complete the out. So that's out number 2, Trey Huzar now.
I think they called him safe, and I didn't see why.
Oh, they did? Okay, I guess he didn't. Well, 1 out then, and it'll be they will charge an error to the Stars. I'm not.
I think
maybe the throw to first was off.
I think
okay.
it pulled him off, and Gus came off after it, and then it fell out of his glove, I think. But again, I was looking at a fallen tree picture.
Yeah, that was my fault. Nice pitch there from Gould. Gets a strike for a 1-1 count to Huzar. And that was fouled down the first base side. We're at 1-2.
Nice play there by the first base coach for West Fargo, coming out of the coach's box to field that ground ball.
I wonder if that's the former Arizona Diamondback Andy Young. I'm not. I know he's the one of the assistants here on. It may or may not be the first time we've had Starry Bank Field with the presence of a major league ball player, but if it wasn't, today is the day. So the ground out will bring up Jet Collins. Medina moves to second on the play. Comets have a road game against the Moorhead Golds tomorrow. Then the Astros go to Bismarck to play the Senators, and the Stars go to Williston to play the Keybirds on Tuesday, July 1st. Back to second, and Medina is back in time, and that Williston game will be a conference doubleheader, and then they will head a little bit south for a doubleheader against Dickinson on Wednesday. That is a 6:30 Central Time, 5:30 Mountain Time start for the game versus Dickinson. 1 ball, 1 strike. The count here to Jet Collins. Jim says it is really hot and humid down in Denver, North Carolina. I remember back in 2021, that first World Series game against Hawaii was a really hard one for me to stay through and cheer. Oh, and it bounced off the pitcher's mound, and had it not bounced off the pitcher's mound, there may have been a play at the plate.
Yeah, kind of hit the backside of the mound there, and would have been close, but That's what happens.
Number 8, Austin O'Lean.
It'll go into the books as a base hit. Medina scores, and it's 2-0 West Fargo.
And if memory serves, I think Medina scored their first run.
Got confirmation. It is indeed Andy Young, the first base coach, the former Arizona Diamondback. It's the second time that we've broadcasted one of his coaching games here on MSPN this season. 1 ball, no strike, and hopefully not the last. And the pitch will miss for a ball, 2-0. Jim's team plays at 7 tonight, a.k.a. 6 o'clock Central. I was just informed. Two-1 to count. Once again, broadcast coverage of the Stars baseball season brought to you by Frank's Lounge, Buffalo Wild Wings, Sweet Shots, and Doolittle's Wood Fire Grill, to name a few. Swing and a miss for strike 2. We're even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Also by Mandy's at FargoND.com, on sponsoring our scoreboard, where you can find something for everyone. TCI Insurance, FM Convention Bureau, Dakota Fins and Feathers, Marvin Windows and DMN Industries, and Vic's Lounge. And they will confer to the second base umpire, and he says ball 3. So full count here to Austin O'Lean. And a bouncing ball to first. Gus Wermeyer will pick it up, and he'll step on the bag, and that'll be out 3. They'll strand 1 on base, and we will go to the bottom half of the 3rd, and we'll see if this is where the Stars get things going or not. We'll be back in a moment. Stay tuned.
Here's your chance to support MSPN digital television in one of 3 ways. First, everyone can subscribe to the MSPN YouTube channel absolutely free. Second, individuals and families can choose one of 3 monthly YouTube memberships. Third, local businesses can choose one of 2 monthly YouTube sponsorships. Visit our YouTube channel and look for and click the Join button to select the option that's best for you. For more information or to get answers to your questions about MSPN memberships and sponsorships, give us a call today at 701-491-6776.
All right, welcome back. 2-0 West Fargo. Kane Mathiasen, Caleb Christensen, Gus Wermeyer. Batters 2, 3, and 4 for the Stars here.
Stars have had runners in scoring position each of the first 2 innings, but haven't been able to put one across, so we'll see what they can do this inning.
Total of 4 runners left on base altogether, and like you said, 2 of those 4 in scoring position. And there's a high fly ball out near Trey Huzar. He will come in, and he will be called off by his teammate Luke Finn, and it'll be the left fielder who will make the catch for the out.
Yeah, the wind really made that ball drift over to the left fielder.
Shortstop, number 6,
Caleb Christensen, 1 for 1, a single right up into center field down the middle last time he was at the plate. And that one's pushed outside for a ball, 1-0. Getting word the Dickinson game's 5 p.m. Mountain. I have 3 sources that say 5:30, so we'll double check on that. And thank you for letting me know. And we'll make the correction if it's needed. So, but right now you're outvoted 3-1. But it's not that I don't believe you. I just have 3 sources telling me otherwise. So, 3 balls and a strike. Foul ball down the third baseline, and we're at a full count at 3-2 now. And a ground ball, nice play there by Lashowski at third, and he is able to complete the out.
Yeah, great play there by Charlie Lashowski, and Joel made the play and got up and delivered a very strong throw over to cross the diamond to first base to get the runner.
And Gus Wermeyer, who appears to have the only walk-up song that creates a copyright strike on our YouTube channel, comes to the plate now. For those who don't know, me and the music guy about 3-4 games ago came up with a plan to help reduce the amount of hits we get for music, and it's worked well. In the last 4 Stars games, I've only had to edit out 1 little clip instead of 10 or 8 or 15 or 23, and yeah. So it's worked out very, very well. I'm very satisfied. 1 ball, 1 strike to Gus Wermeyer. He's 0 for 1. He popped out to the shortstop last time he was at the plate. And a ground ball to first. And that will be a direct ground out for out number 3. So it's a 1-2-3 inning here for the Stars in the bottom half of the third, and that completes 3. And the Patriots are up 2-0 on the Mandy's of FargoND.com scoreboard. We're back in a moment. Stay tuned.
Just off 52nd Avenue South in Prairie Grove is your neighborhood South Fargo spot, Frank's Lounge. Frank's Lounge offers a fun, comfortable atmosphere and daily food specials you can view right as you walk in. Kristen says,
Love Frank's, our go-to place when we have company get-togethers, and always get the best service. We would definitely recommend. We love Frank's Lounge.
Frank's Lounge is open daily, and kids, when accompanied by an adult, are welcome all day, Sunday through Tuesday, and until 3:30 p.m. the rest of the week. Don't forget to take home a Frank's Lounge t-shirt or hat. Frank's Lounge, 2640 52nd Avenue South in Fargo. Stop in tonight.
It's payback time.
It's not fun being the target of rude behavior. Sports has many traditions, but bad sportsmanship isn't one of them. This message brought to you by MSPN Digital Television.
All right, so coming back from the break, we double-checked. It is indeed a 5 Mountain, 6 p.m. Central, so scratch the 5:30, 6:30 for that game in Dickinson. I'll be having a chit-chat with somebody after the broadcasts are over today, so no balls, 1 strike.
I guess as long as the team gets there where they're supposed to get on time and they play the game, that's probably important too.
That too, but I know a few people would be upset if I also didn't get there on time, so no balls and 2 strikes to count. I should just have Endgame create our schedule. And if you're up for that task, let me know. No balls and 2 strikes here to Hudson Dinger. Ooh, that one, I think Gould maybe lost his balance, and That was the farthest wide right I've seen on a ball pitch in my lifetime. So maybe I've seen something like that in a major league game once or twice, but yeah.
Well, certainly the movie Major League, because that was just a bit outside.
Yeah. 1 ball, 2 strikes. If for those watching now, if you weren't able to catch the Bismarck versus Bloomington game that we did yesterday, during the next commercial break, I'll find out what inning it was in, unless you want to watch the whole game. But we had 2 back-to-back batters who would line drive fly out back to the pitcher. It was like a lightning bolt, and the pitcher just snagged it for out 1 and snagged it for out 2, and then he forced the next batter to ground out for the 3rd out. So base hit there will put the runner on first.
Number 12, Tate Herman.
And that was something I'd never seen ever in my years of broadcasting baseball. Hudson Dinger on base with that hit, and now it's Tate Herman. Fly out to Kane Mathiasen in center field last time he was up, so he's 0 for 1. Strike thrown there, and no balls, 1 strike. The count, 47 minutes into the ball game now.
Nice curveball there from Joe. Just caught the inside corner of the plate.
After the Stars road trip to Williston and Dickinson, we come back to Starring Bank Field on July 3rd for the Fargo Post 400 Comets in a doubleheader against Dilworth, Glendon, Felton, which I think is at 1 p.m. And that one will miss for a ball, 1-1. And then we'll have July 4th and July 5th off, and I think we come back with games on the 7th, but I don't have information that far ahead, written down that far ahead on the schedule yet. Ground ball to first, and it drifts foul. 1-2. Jim says, come on, let's go Stars. And I'm sure everybody except the West Fargo fans agree with you on that, Jeff. So So last year, the Stars won the Pete Tourney, and the trophy was pre-made for another team to win it. And this year, the trophy was made for Fargo Post with no number behind it. So if the Stars don't win this game, there'll be back-to-back years that the trophy won't be awarded to the winning team. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Why you would do that in such advance is beyond me, but I know that if we were in charge of making the trophies here at Post 400, that we would make sure the right team got it. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that is a double mishandled ball there by Gus Weremeyer, and that will result in one error. Thankfully, he only gets credited for 1 error on that.
Yeah, the initial bobble there, I think he was thinking to go to second base, and then when he dropped it, he still had a chance to get back to first base, and just his legs started moving before he could get the ball.
So Dinger will advance to second on that same play. And he'll square up. And now the runner between second and third, he's going to get to third. Christensen thought about throwing it to third, but then he realized Dinger was probably going to beat the throw there, and then by that time he had no chance to get the runner at first.
Yeah, when the bunt didn't happen, the Dinger at second base got off a little too far, and then the throw down to second to catch him, he just turned and went to third, and now we got first and third, nobody out.
And no balls, 1 strike here to the batter, Luke Finn. There's a base hit over Caleb Christensen's head into left center. That will score Hudson Dinger and move runners to first and second.
For West Fargo, batting for Zavadil, number 15, Landon Zink.
Ball one. Jackson Zavadil, the batter, he's 0 for 1. He would fly out to left field last time he was at the plate. Once again, the non-conference game, so the outcome of this game does not affect either team in their conference standings, so keep that in mind. Stars are still undefeated at home in conference play. They do have one home loss so far, but that was against East Grand Forks in a high-scoring 14-9 game that featured a couple home runs. Ball is called. 2-0 here to Jackson Zavadil. Stars have the least amount of wins in the season when they wear the blue jerseys with the camouflage sleeves with the white hat. If they were to wear the blue hat with these jerseys, they have more wins on the season. And this has been the jersey, the jersey top and pants that they've worn the most this season of their various jerseys that they have available to wear. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count now here to Zavadil.
Oh, they pinch hit for Zavadil. It's Landon Zink is batting.
My bad. Thank you for catching that. 2-2 to Zink. Swing and a miss, and he strikes out. And the Stars finally put an out on the board.
Third baseman number 2, Charlie Lashowski.
All right, Charlie Lashowski will step up to the plate now. That moves Brody Medina on deck. So Lashowski, Medina, 9-1. So move to the top of the order here after Lashowski's plate appearance. And back to second. And back in time is Tate Herman.
That strikeout might be the first thing that's happened to us that hasn't been to the negative this inning. So he was trying to bunt to move the runners over, and we ended up getting a strikeout.
And that throw up to first is off the mark. It's going to be another error. Tate Herman will come in and score, and the runners on second and third. And it is 4-0 West Fargo here in the top of the fourth.
Second baseman number 1, Brody Medina.
So Lashowski reaches, let me double check. Yep, they did error only on that. He reaches second on the error. Luke Finn to third. And it's a 4-0 game now. 4 runs on 5 hits. And 3 Stars errors so far here in the contest. Brody Medina, top of the order. 1 ball, 1 strike. He is 1 for 2. He singled and then reached base on the first error of the 3 now that have been committed by the Stars. And the Patriots are rolling right now. A base hit could cause a lot of damage here. We'll see if Medina can get that base hit. He'll take this one low, and it's ball 2. Gould will wind up, deliver the 2-1. A ground ball to Christensen at short. Back to home. They got him at home. They got the lead runner, and everybody else is safe. So runners on the corners And out 2 on the board as Luke Finn gets tagged out at home. And Medina will reach on a fielder's choice as a result. 6-2 on the throw out at home.
Runner was off on contact there, but infield was in, so Caleb Christensen was able to get him gunned out at home for the second thing to go right this inning.
So far, 2 things. We'll see if they can get a hat trick of good things going or not. That'll find the gap in right center, and that will land for a base hit. Charlie Laszowski scores. Medina heads into third, and head coach Jordan Roll will hold Laszowski at third. It's an RBI double for Trey Huzar into the gap in right center, and the West Fargo Patriots take a 5-0 lead.
Shortstop number 14, Jet Collins.
So once again, the Patriots still have runners second and third with 2 outs. Brody Medina stands on third. Huzar on second. Jet Collins is 2 for 2. A single to left, a single to center. Will he single to right this time? We will see. Hanging curveball that breaks at the end of that pitch, and it's good for strike 1 on Collins. If Collins can reach base, Austin O'Lean would be the next batter. And the pitch, outside, ball 1. 3 minutes in front of the 1 hour mark of the ball game here with 2 away in the top of the 4th. Second and third, runners on. West Fargo, 5 runs on 6 hits now. And that's going to be another base hit. That's going to score Brody Medina. Rounding third is Trey Huzar. It's going to be a 2-run single for Jet Collins, and it's a 7-0 game now here for the West Fargo Patriots.
Yeah, West Fargo capitalizing on some post 400 errors here and able to put 5 across this inning.
1 in the first, 1 in the third, 5 so far here in this inning, and now here comes the Coach Fickner, and Andy Young will move to the third base side with Jordan Roll talking to his batter and base runners, and everybody will talk things over. Once again, broadcast coverage of the Stars, Astros, Comets this season on MSPN Digital Television is brought to you by Frank's Lounge, Marvin Windows and DMN Industries, Vic's Lounge, Sweet Shots, Mandy's of FargoND.com, Buffalo Wild Wings, FM Convention Bureau, Dakota Fins and Feathers, Doolittle's Woodfire Grill, and TCI Insurance. I think that names them all. And we thank each and every one of them equally for their support and of the Post 400 baseball program this summer here on MSPN Digital Television.
Looks like Ethan Dahl coming in here to try to stop the bleeding.
So Joe Gould unofficially at 70 pitches, and now Ethan Dahl will take over. So with that, we'll take a short break and be back with the continuation of the top of the 4th. 2 away, runner on first when we return.
Hey,
Stay
great
back.
party. Oh, thanks. Here you go. 1 hamburger, medium well.
This is well done.
No. That's medium well.
What? Are you calling me a liar? This thing is practically burned.
That's it. You're not gonna come to my house and tell me how to cook a hamburger. I don't grill it.
You wouldn't do it there.
That'd be crazy.
So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
All right, Ethan Dahl will have 1 or 2 warm-up pitches remaining here. I think the thunderstorm last night. I remember when I was setting up for the game that was supposed to be against Bayport. It was raining so hard that our camera was fogged over. And now as I return from the commercial break, it kind of looks like it's fogged over once again here, so I apologize for that. But if it gets much worse, I can hook up another camera and we can get a little bit clearer. So we'll see how it goes through here, the top of the 4th, and if I have to make a change, I will. Austin O'Lean will be the batter here to continue the top of the 4th. 2 away, And Olean's 0 for 2 against Joe Gould. He would fly out to left and ground out to the second baseman on his 2 trips to the plate so far today. And now it'll be his first challenge against Ethan Dahl. So he moved from a left-hander to a right-hander. And the throw out to second is, it's into center field. Had Christensen been able to scoop that one up, there may have been a play at second. But Collins will get the base. And he'll get the stolen base and credit for that. So, yeah, I'm not liking this camera. So I think we will make a change here at the middle of the 4th. Two balls and no strikes. Just because it's only fair that you get to see the game you're watching, right? And this one is a base hit into left center. They're going to send Collins around third. He will score 8-0, and that will close the book on Joe Gould. As Austin Olean will be the first base runner that will be that Ethan Dahl will be responsible for. So Joe Gould, 70 pitches approximately, and gives up 8 runs on 7 hits. So Olean with an RBI single to left center. Scoring Jet Collins from second. Hudson Dinger now 1 for 2. Ground out to second and a single to left field. Pickoff attempt at first there, and Austin Olean, he's back safely.
Well, Mike, now we're in, there's an 8-run rule after 5 for the tournament. So.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. That's usually what we deal with when we're down in Nebraska. This would be the first time in memory that we would have the 8 after 5 here in North Dakota. And that one's going to be fouled away for a strike. What if I change the camera and the Stars come back from an 8-0 deficit?
Well, that'd be a good thing for Stars fans, but that's a tall order.
I'm surprised Jeff isn't up here yet. He hasn't texted or anything. Apparently he doesn't want any runs in this game. Maybe he's busy at the barbecue grill. I don't know. 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 2 strikes. Time is called by Hudson Dinger, so everybody will touch up on their starting points and we'll reset here. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Ethan Dahl with a runner on first. He's responsible for that runner should he come around and score. And he's going to take off for second. Ground ball down the third base side and fire it over to first, and they got him. They'll strand 1, and that will conclude a inning where the Stars give up 6. They are down 8-0. We'll take a break and be back in a moment, Steve.
Yeah, I just picked her up. We should be there in 20 minutes.
Who is it? Oh, it's him. Where is he?
I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
pinch hitting to start the bottom of the fourth is number 7, Gunnar Majerus.
And that'll be fouled away.
Count 1-1 here. As Gunnar looks to get something going here for the Stars. And that ball hit him. So Newhart 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout. That ball's popped up on the third base line for out number 1. Play made by Charlie Lashovsky.
All right, so that should get me back on track. Thanks for helping me out there, BJ. Appreciate that.
Yep.
This is not liking me right now. Trying to switch out of the camera, but it's not working at the moment. So we'll see if we can get. It looks like the fog in the top of the fourth cleared itself up, though. So, but it's still leaning a little bit to the right, and that's driving me nuts. So, I think the recent storms maybe tilted that camera. It might have to be repositioned here.
Yeah, there's been a lot of wind this week.
I believe this is Ashton Arenas. Yes, so that would mean Caden Newarth is on first?
No.
Who's on first?
Gunnar Majerus got hit by a pitch, so he's on first.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Counts 3-2 here at Arenas. Looking to get some more base runners. We just need base runners.
We're going to pop that one up, and we'll stay at 3-2. He's 1 for 1 with a single. Single to center field. We're an hour and 9 minutes into the ball game. And that one's going to be popped up to right field.
Right fielder couldn't see it off the bat, so he got a late jump on it, but he was able to get there. The ball hung up long enough for him to get there.
That's out 2. Bring up, I believe, Caleb Blanchette. No, they're going to...
The Stars batting for Caleb Blanchette, number 8, Malachi Wermeyer.
So it'll be Malachi Wermeyer taking the number 8 spot over in the batting lineup. Number 8 takes over number 8. So this will be his first plate appearance here. Espen Westby still on the mound for West Fargo. Swung away and fouled off for strike 1, excuse me. Lost it in the sun, and they wouldn't have been able to make a play on it anyways. It hit something on one of the roofs around the area of the field here. So no balls and 2 strikes. Eight runs on 8 hits for West Fargo so far here. on 3 errors. Yep, they're still at 3. And 7 runners left on base, 4 for the Stars, 3 for the Patriots, an hour and 11 minutes in. This one's popped up. Backpedaling is the shortstop, Jet Collins, and he will let it drop foul.
Landed just foul there.
That'll make the count 0-2. And that will strike him out. They'll strand 1 on base, and we go now to the 5th inning of play, and the Patriots have an 8-0 lead. 4 complete. We're back with more in a moment. Stay tuned.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level in my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
The 5th, and everything that we said a moment ago was not heard by anybody because I had a mechanism change here, and so apologize for that. But we do have some defensive changes. BJ, you want to go over that again?
Yep, Malachi Wehrmeyer's in at catcher for the Stars. Hudson Stein's at first base, and Gunnar Majerus is out in right field.
So you might hear a little click, click, crackle here, and that's just because we're adjusting the microphones to accommodate the delayed camera, so we're not predicting the future. That will be a base hit out into right field.
Left fielder, number 4, Luke Finn.
Luke Finn is the batter now. So base hit and a runner on. So once again, as BJ mentioned last inning, there is an 8-run rule after 5. So if neither team scores in this inning, this will be the final inning of the game. And then West Fargo will advance to play Tri-City Red. And between games, I'll try and work on the cameras here and see if we, because we're not having any luck with my original attempt to switch cameras here, and I'm not sure why, and it's not something I can do in 60 seconds. So, I'm kind of wondering if Caleb Christensen got his foot on second base for the double play there, but they will call it out as a 6-4-3. Kind of looked like he was straddling the base there from my vantage point.
He was, and then he drug the trailing toe across the bag as he delivered the ball over to first base for the double play.
So it will indeed go in as a 6-4-3 double play. And I believe this is Landon Zink now.
Oh, no, Ryan Camarillo.
Okay, they must have swapped somebody out there. Did you say Ryan?
Yep.
Okay. I had him as R. Camarillo.
Yeah, it's the familiarity with the teams that we played all spring and summer and last year, the year before, and you get to know the players' names, first names.
All right, Ryan Camarillo, number 21, is the batter now here for West Fargo. We're an hour and 17 minutes in. We're at 1 ball, 1 strike here to Camarillo. Lashowski's the scheduled batter on deck, and he is indeed on deck as I look over to my left here. And a ground ball out towards Christensen at short. And the scoop at first will complete the out. And it'll also complete the top of the 5th. So 4.5 done, and we go to the bottom of the 5th. If the Stars don't score at least 1, the game's over. We'll be back and see if they can score at least 1 when we return after this. Stay tuned.
Your retreat. Fill your favorite spaces with fresh air, warm sunlight, and calming connections with the outdoors. Marvin Windows and Doors are designed to promote happier, healthier spaces in your home. At D&M Industries, we will walk you through how the beauty, thoughtful design features, and unparalleled performance of Marvin products can help you feel better in your home. Visit our D&M Industries showroom in Moorhead today.
All right, welcome back. 9-1-2 are the batters scheduled here for the Stars. In the 5th inning of play, Tri-City has the lead 5-0. Who are they playing again?
Post 2.
Post 2. So Tri-City is a 5-0 lead over Post 2.
Nope, other way around. Post 2 has a 5-0 lead over Tri-City.
Okay, awesome. So Post 2 has a 5-0 lead over Tri-City, and they're in the bottom of the 5th?
Yes.
Okay, bottom of the 5th. So the next game here will feature Tri-City. Even if they lose that game, Fargo Post 2 will not advance to the championship to play what appears to be West Fargo, but we will see if the Stars have some sort of rally in them here. 8-0 Patriots on the Mandy's of FargoND.com scoreboard. And it is indeed Alex Christofferson. And this one's back, and a nice catch there by, I believe, Luke Finn still in left field. They did have some changes, but I didn't catch them all.
Second baseman, number 1, Matt Bryant.
And now back to the top of the order, Matt Bryant, 1 for 2, double to right, and a ground out to the second baseman on his 2 trips to the plate. So once again, West Fargo giving the Stars some non-conference trouble here, as the Stars have found themselves on the wrong side of the scoreboard twice now against West Fargo.
Looks like the only defensive change for West Fargo that inning as Ryan Camarillo went in and catcher for
Zavadil.
Yep.
Okay. 1 ball, no strike, and now it's 2 balls and no strikes to Matt Bryant. Kane Mathiasen will be the other batter who's on deck right now that we'll see for sure here, and we'll see if we extend beyond Kane Mathiasen or not. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. There's 2 balls and 1 strike now. So the next game scheduled to start at 3, but like we said, it's in the bottom of the 5th over there. So they will need time to travel over here whenever that game concludes. So 3, maybe 3:30. I would suspect no later than 3:30, but we shall see. But whenever that game happens, we'll have it for you here on MSPN. Not much I can assure you of. And that's a base hit for Matt Bryant. That's his 2nd hit of the game, both of them to right field. The first one for a double, this one for a single. And hit number 5 comes here in the bottom of the 5th.
Center fielder number 3.
And that's our first hit since the 2nd inning.
That's pretty crazy. And the Patriots have scored in every inning except the 2nd and 5th.
Only our 2nd base runner since the 2nd inning.
And that one will float outside for a ball to Kane Mathiasen, who's 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts. 1 fly out to left field, 1 pop out to the 3rd baseman. .50 pitches, 34 strikes, 16 balls, and now it is 35 strikes. As I believe he fouled that one off.
Yeah, foul tip into the catcher.
That's really weird. That fog only appeared in the top of the 4th, or the bottom of the 4th. I don't understand why that happened, but maybe the sun burned it off.
Probably because the Stars gave up 6 runs in the top of the 4th.
That's very possible. 1 ball and 2 strikes now here to Kane Mathiasen. 1 out, runner on first is Matt Bryant. And that one's fouled off. We'll stay at 1 and 2. Full count now here to Kane Mathiasen. Caleb Christensen awaits in the on-deck circle. See if he gets a chance to bat here, and that one's fouled into the Stars dugout, and we'll stay at 3 and 2. So payoff pitch number 2 for Westby, who's trying to go the distance here in a likely 5-inning game here, unless the Stars can get a run across the board. And that's fouled into the dugout once again. So he's fouled off 4 of the pitches of this at bat. This will be the 9th pitch of the plate appearance here for Kane Mathiasen. I think the major league record is 22 pitches for a plate appearance. And Kane Mathiasen's almost halfway there. I don't know what the Legion record is. I know that on MSPN we had a softball game where a batter had faced 17 pitches on 1 plate appearance. So I know that's the record for softball. I'm not sure what the baseball record is. I only know that because I called that game, and that's burned into my memory forever now. So
yeah, I don't know either. We're at regardless of the outcome, it's a good quality at bat to see that many pitches. So
Let's see if I can count them up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this will be the 12th pitch of the at-bat. He's fouled off the last 5 in a row, and he's fouled off 6 of the 11, and now he will ground out to second on the 12th pitch of the plate appearance, and he'll turn it into an at-bat. Bryant moves to second, so runner in scoring position. We'll see if they can get him in or not and extend this game to the 6th. Caleb Christensen 1 for 2 with a single to center and a ground out to third. And a high fly ball, and looks like Huzar might be there, and he is, and that will do it. That is your final score. The West Fargo Patriots win the game 8-0 here in the semifinal of the 2025 Pete FM Invite Tournament. They'll play the championship game against Tri-City Red whenever Tri-City finishes up their game, and then they'll need time to travel to Starion Bank Field, and then we'll have that game for you here on MSPN. I'm guessing somewhere between 3 and 3:30 that game will probably start. But whenever it starts, we'll have it for you. Thanks so much for tuning in. Before I hit the closer here, any final thoughts on this one, BJ?
Yeah, the Stars just didn't have it today. We talked before about errors and walks, and while we didn't give up any walks, we had 3 errors, and we just couldn't get the bats going. Westby from West Fargo threw a really good game and kept their hitters off balance. So have to correct that for this important games coming up this week.
Stars moved to 1-6 on the season when committing 3 or more errors. So, like I said, or like BJ said, errors can be an issue for this team in resulting in L's on the scoreboard. So, on the bright side, it doesn't count towards conference. So, we'll see if West Fargo can snag a couple from the Stars in conference play later this season or not. Still no conference games between the two. They will play later on this season, though. And that will wrap it up for this broadcast. Semifinal is done. Your final score, the Patriots 8, the Stars 0. Congratulations to West Fargo. We'll talk to you again here in a couple of hours on MSPN Digital
Has
Television.
been a copyrighted presentation of MSPN Digital Television. Follow us online by searching MSPN DTV on YouTube and X to find broadcast schedules, on-demand broadcasts, and more. Thanks for watching MSPN Digital Television.